It's time to get serious.
This is your last round.
On a no-fly list, you can't jump. Now, don't hate me, all right? But now I'm gonna do what every creatively bankrupt person does on the internet. I'm gonna make a tier list. But it's not a character strike tier list, okay? I want to be abundantly clear. Not a character strike tier list, because there's been hundreds of those and I have nothing to add to the conversation. We are going to do a tier list for who is making it into Street Fighter 6 as DLC. Okay, so here are our tiers. We have guaranteed, which will be everyone who's already in the game or announced to be DLC. Very likely, likely, unsure, unlikely, very unlikely, and these people will never see the light of day. They are eternally locked in Capcom jail. Capcom wishes they could erase them from history. Yes, all of them. All of them. Hey, bro. I haven't posted a YouTube video since my last stream VOD. Okay, but first things first, we gotta get everyone out of the way who's already in the game. Where's Jury at? Jury. Okay, and then we'll put Akuma in there because he's announced as DLC. Ed. Oh, wait, you gotta put Aki in there. Hold on. All these new characters. Oh, Luke. You don't have his SF6 portrait. That's why I didn't recognize him. I think that's everyone who's currently in the game. Let's start with Bison. Here's the thing with Bison. This is one of those interesting argument characters. He's dead, right? Bison is dead. It was like maybe the same way that Heihachi is dead. We kind of have a Bison replacement with JP here. He's the big bad with psycho power, right? Never coming back. See, like, that's what I would think. But at the same time, Capcom loves money. So like, wouldn't they make him DLC? It'd probably be like a last season thing. Like, you know how season 4 had like Gil and Seth as DLC characters? Even though I think Seth was technically dead. I don't know. I mean, it's a robot, so they can come back whenever. Bison also has all those clone bodies, right? So like, listen, I think honestly, I think it's quite likely this guy goes back, man. I don't know. Yeah, I should put Sakura in guaranteed while we're here. So yeah, I'll keep Bison in likely. Okay. Vega. He's the least popular of the four Shadaloo guys. We're not counting Fong. On the other hand, he's a World Warrior character. So I think he probably will come back. It's just a matter of time. Like, I don't think he's going to be a super... Like, they're not rushing to get him out. You know what I mean? But I think he's probably coming back. So we'll put him in very likely. Balrog. Shit. Okay, so Balrog, I put Balrog in very likely as well because he's also quite popular. But if what you were saying about Ed, like him being a charged character and him playing like Boxer, that might kind of make Balrog obsolete. But I don't think they would do that, you know? Like, they kind of want Ed to be his own sort of thing. Boxer is all about power. Dudley is about agility. Ed is kind of like that too. He's kind of a middle ground. But since Balrog is really popular, I think he'll probably return, even though Ed's in the game, and probably even if Ed has charge buttons. I think Balrog will probably come back. Sagat, guaranteed. Fei Long, very slim chance that he comes. Well, actually, didn't they make a public statement like Fei Long is not coming back a few years ago? Personally, I don't really give a shit about Fei Long. He's really boring. T-Hawk, no, just because Lily is there. Okay, moving on. Violent Ken. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe. Ken is down in the dumps, you know? Especially after Costume 3. You know? Looking as terrible as it does. I'm sorry to all the artists who worked tirelessly on that. But he just looks so whack in that costume. What if instead of Violent Ken, we get just Evil Ken? Like Satsuno Hado Ken. We'll get some sort of Evil Ken character, right? But it won't be like one-to-one with Violent Ken. Yeah, I don't think Evil Ryu is very likely. I'm gonna put him in... Well, okay, here's the thing. Probably not. Some sort of evil Shoto, though. I mean, we already have Akuma. He's not really evil. Some sort of evil Shoto probably is gonna show up. Probably. But, it's not gonna be Evil Ryu. I'm gonna put him in no way, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You do have a good point. I don't think Capcom would ever completely write him off. I'll put him in very unlikely. Adon is one of those characters where it's like, I really, really don't want him to come back. Because he's so fucking annoying, dude. He's screeching like all the time, man. Look at that hair. Look at that hair. It's like Guile's haircut if it got stuck in a trash compactor, man. What the fuck is this guy? He's dead. Damn, that is a strong reaction. No one wants him. No one likes him. He is dead forever. But I really don't want him. Okay, you know what? That did put in perspective. I think we can move T-Hawk up because putting in perspective, like Adon and T-Hawk, I think Adon is far less likely than T-Hawk, so we can move T-Hawk up. Birdie? I don't think people hate Birdie as much as they hate what they did with him in SF5. He's just kind of a gross dude. If he doesn't make base roster, it's a low chance he comes back, but there is a chance. I don't think there's any one reason where it's like Capcom would avoid bringing him back. Okay, let's talk about Nash. I don't remember, what's the story stuff with Nash? He's from the Alpha series, right? Is he dead? He's gone? Yeah. I think they want to move on from Nash. I think there's another Zoner character that we'll get to later that I think is far more likely than Nash. Eagle, he's an Alpha character. What's Eagle's thing? No one wants it? Why? Do you know why? Is it just because like no one really knows who Eagle is? I'll put Eagle down here. Maki isn't coming back. Is there a lore reason for that? No relevance in the SF universe. Damn. Irrelevant. I think it's especially hard to justify bringing back a ninja character that isn't like Ibuki or Zeku because Kimberly's in the game. Okay, Gen. This is interesting. I want him to come back because I think he's really cool. Gen is not the most likely, but because it's been a game, I don't think it's impossible. He's too old. Bruh, Oro is like over 120 years old. Where's this wrinkly old fart at? Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you, Oro. I think you're really awesome. Oro is like so damn old. Maybe like they wouldn't bring him back because, oh, he's too old. Maybe that reason works for Gen, but that reasoning does not work for Oro. I'll put him in very unlikely because I still think it's possible. Maybe. Guy. Yeah, I don't think Guy is coming back simply because Kimberly's in the game. If he does come back, I feel like he'd be more like Zeku. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Ingrid, no. Junie, no. Those are some easy no's. Ingrid hasn't been in the game since like Alpha or something. Junie is just not relevant. Like she's like the most side character of side characters. All these dolls are Junie, Julie. Who else we got? Any other doll characters? I don't think so. Karen or Kareen. Yeah, I think she's fairly likely. I think she's fairly likely. Is it likely or very likely? I think it's very likely. I think it's very likely that Kareen comes back. Or Mika, okay. It's definitely not the most least likely. Definitely not the most least likely. Wow, that's a terrible sentence. It's not the most unlikely thing. Yeah, folks really did not like fighting this character. That's true. I'll put it unlikely. I think this one, Rolento, I think he is definitely never coming back. No one gives a fuck about Rolento, dude. He's probably one of the most irrelevant characters in Street Fighter. You really think it's not super unlikely? Is there something I don't know? Also, while we're here, Cody is guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. And Dan. They like his archetype? What was he like? He's just so unpopular, right? Just like on your R's, okay. We'll put Rosa very likely. I could, maybe we can move her up. Sodom. He was in Avatar costume. That was a fun little reference. But I think he's just a bit too weird to come back. Oh yeah, Ibuki. Guaranteed. Alex. I'm gonna put him in very likely. Dudley. Yeah. People will not shut up until this character comes. Dudley is in plenty of things. Like, I think Dudley is in some Guile art. He's in some Cammy art. He's all over the place. So I think Dudley is very, very likely. Well, yeah, you know, fuck it. He goes in guaranteed. This dude's coming back. Elena. People hated her in 4. She wasn't in 5. I don't know. Gil, with boss characters like Gil, it's hard to tell because like if they're not plot relevant, if they're dead, and not coming back in the story. They can still come back as a DLC character because boss characters sell really well, right? So yeah, I really don't. This is really just a big question mark, honestly. Hugo. I think he's pretty likely. He wasn't in 5. They tried to do a Mad Gear grappler guy with Abigail, and people hated Abigail at the start, especially. I mean, it's kind of just a feeling because he was gone in 5. He's a cool character. I think it'd be pretty hype if Hugo came back. Makoto. I think Makoto is very likely. Makoto is really, really cool. She's one of my favorite characters. If they were to add her, I'd probably play her. Would I main her? I really don't know. Because I'm a really vanilla person. I play Shotos. I don't know if I'd main Makoto. Maybe if it just really clicked. But I'd absolutely play her. For sure. She's really fun. Okay, Necro. Here's a weird one. Now we're getting into the freaks. The Third Strike freaks. Here's the thing. I want Dalsum to never come back and be replaced by Necro. I fucking despise Dalsum. Dalsum is just really dated design, in my opinion. Like, they were trying to like stretch all the characters as far as possible, pun intended, to get different like archetypes. But I think Dalsum is just straight up outdated design. Yeah, Necro's not a zoner, but he has stretchy normals and stuff, and that's pretty much the only thing they have in common. But I think Necro's just a way cooler version of a character with stretchy arms and legs. No one knows about this guy. Like, only people who go down like the fighting game gold rabbit hole knows about Necro, right? Remy. Okay, now Remy. This art goes hard. Hold on. I'm gonna be honest with Remy. I think it's quite likely. So without Nash, there's no other like Guile-like character really. You could say DJ, but DJ is too different in my opinion. Like he has a flash kick and a fireball. But Remy is a Third Strike character. Remy's a Third Strike character who had a notoriously terrible super. His Super 3 Blue Nocturne was fucking awful. Remy, he had Sonic Booms. And his whole thing was like he could have 2 on screen at the same time. He had a high version and a low version like Sagat. He was pretty bad in SF3 because a lot of his confirms just wouldn't work. Like he tried to confirm in a flash kick and it wouldn't work. Remy is worse Guile in SF3, but DJ was worse Guile in SF4, and look at him now. He's better than Guile. So, or at the very least, they're on the same power level. I want Remy to get the Street Fighter 6 treatment. I think Remy would work really well in SF6. I think it'd be cool. That aside, like you said, who the hell is Remy? People don't know him super well. He's not a very iconic character. I think simply because of his character popularity, he's not very likely. Sean, please, please, please. I want Sean back so bad you don't even know. You don't want to see Sean ever again. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Sean is so cool. I think Sean is fairly likely. Yeah, Sean is perfect for this game. There's even, you know what, let me show you something real quick. Boom. There he is. There's our boy Sean right there. He is in the main character's World Tour art. All right. This dude is coming back. Relegated to becoming a trope? Probably. I'll take it though. I think he's quite likely to come back. He fits the vibe to a T with SF6. He's cool. I digress. Q. Now here's a strange one. Like, I also want Q to come back. I think Q is really cool. Hasn't been in the game since Third Strike unless you count G. But the lore around that is really unclear. So I don't know if I would count G as the same as Q. Q is coming back 100%. Whoa, that's a lot of confidence. Would you care to elaborate? You just got the feeling. Oro, yeah, I hope Oro comes back. I think he's the most popular old guy. We'll put him in very likely. 12. No. Actually, I'll put 12 all the way down here. 11, we're gonna put 11 down here because 11 was the previous version of 12, so he's definitely not coming back. And also, he was just random select. Okay, moving on. Urien, I think Urien is very likely. He's also quite popular. Big villain character. I think he's quite likely. Okay. Now here's where we get to one of the tricky ones. I have absolutely no clue which way it's gonna play out because like they are so popular, especially Yoon. But Jamie is in the game. And Yoon and Yang, like, he intersects with their movesets quite a lot. Like, Yoon lunge punch is EX palm, right? The command grab, Yoon has that similar thing, where the command grab doesn't do damage, but it starts a combo. But on the contrary, they are so fucking popular. It's insane, dude. I don't think it's impossible. I really don't think it's impossible. Abel. I want Abel to come back because I think he's interesting. Gameplay wise, personality is very boring by all accounts, but I don't think he's very likely. DeCapre, I don't think it's impossible. The only thing is she's very similar to Cammy, so they'd have to do a lot to differentiate her to really make her earn her spot on the roster. But for lore reasons, I don't think she's impossible. Okay, I think Goken is an interesting one. So he's the master, right? He's just there to mentor the protagonist, and he's not really, there's not a point story-wise for him to be in the game. Ryu is basically Goken now. He had like a wacky Tatsu and stuff. I'm putting it in very unlikely. Hakan, no. Capcom wants to erase him from history. I think his supers are fucking hilarious. It's so silly. But yeah, that's not happening. Oni. I assume we've all seen the Akuma concept art where he has white hair instead of red hair. Now, Oni doesn't have white hair. He has glowing blue hair. But here's my thing. My take on this changes based on what Akuma's like when he comes out. But the thing is, Akuma could have an install super where he goes Oni. That's the thing. Like, I can't be certain either way until I see Akuma. Because the possibility of Akuma or of Oni coming back is so closely tied to how Akuma ends up playing in this game that I cannot make a strong assumption either way. I would probably put it in very unlikely. Rufus, fuck this guy. Get rid of him. I don't ever want to see this stupid motherfucker ever again in my life. Moving on. Seth. Either likely or very likely. I'm going to put very likely. I think Seth will be the move steal character that they put in this game, because 12 isn't coming back. Sea Viper. Okay, this is another character. I say she's very likely because of all the Shadowloo stuff going on in World Tour. I would love to see her come back. I would love to see her come back. El Fuerte. I don't know, man. I don't know a whole lot about El Fuerte. There's references to him in World Tour and his cooking, right? He's bury El Fuerte forever. That's the thing I was going to say. There seems to be a lot of hatred, vitriolic hatred for this character. And I don't know why, because I didn't play 4 in its prime. There are more people that want this character to die forever than people who want him back. Yeah, I'll put him down here. Poison, guaranteed. She was in 4, she was in 5, she's really popular. She's probably the most popular Mad Gear character. Fong, no. He's in World Tour, but Aki's already in the game, so he's not coming back. Kage. No. Colleen. I don't know, man. I'll move her up a tier. Actually, I'll put her here. I'll put her here. Laura. I really don't know about Laura. I think she's pretty likely. She's fairly likely. But I don't know. Nikali is very unlikely. Actually, I'm gonna put him down here. No one gives a shit about Nikali. I think Abigail's unlikely. Well, unsure. Because the thing is, like, if Hugo comes back, would they bring back Abigail? I don't know, man. Falk. I think she's quite likely. Because she's part of the Neo Shadowloo stuff, right? So I think she's pretty likely. G, I want him back so bad. I want G back so bad. Probably have to put him in the same tier as Q. Lucia, no. Minot, I think, is very likely. Right, she's like new gen Rose, right? Yeah. Okay, who else we got? Let's get through some of these other characters down here. Lee. This is Yoon and Yang's uncle. Mike, no. Joe, no. Geki, no. Retsu, no. Shin Akuma. I guess they could reveal when the character trailer drops that he's actually called Shin Akuma and not Akuma, but like Shin Akuma is just a boss character, right? Like he's not. He's in the game? Nah. What? Is that actually him? Oh, damn. That does not look like him at all. What the hell? Why does he look so young? I think actually because of this, he's not coming back. He already has this role of a side character in story mode, and that's a good spot for him. Akira, very unlikely. Very unlikely. Maybe even impossible, because she was in 5, and they'll probably bring another crossover character. Well, I don't think it'll be her. Zeku? I actually think Zeku is pretty likely. So, man, that's like the whole thing. That took about an hour. Let's run through it, make sure we don't have anything wrong. Minot is the only one here that's kind of an oddball. I'm gonna put her down here, and I'm gonna actually move Sea Viper down likely. Oh shit, I didn't think about this. They have to, any character they add as DLC, they have to bring them into World Tour. So, yeah. I'm actually gonna bring Bison down. I didn't think about that. Rolento is the only one that's kind of weird. What? Is he a Buki? What was that? Okay, I think I've seen enough. Very unlikely. I mean, he occupies a weird niche, so I'll give him that. Of like a elite Shadaloo soldier that doesn't have psycho power. I think that's, yeah, that's final. Well, that was fun. Yeah, they could do a he's back. Somehow M. Bison returned. Oh my god. That'd be so ridiculous.